If you've ever been curious about tinned fish but didn't really know how to use it, today I've got 7 tinned fish recipes, all that can be done in under 15 minutes using tinned fish from Fishwife, my favorite tinned fish company. For a lot of people, tinned fish might be something that they're not sure of or that may seem gross for lack of a better term, but we don't call foods gross around here. Tinned fish is actually an amazing source of proteins, omega-3 fatty acids, collagen, and vitamin E. Plus, there's more benefits out there, including it just tastes really good and makes you feel good. There are a lot of tinned fish companies out there, but what makes Fishwife different is that they work with healthy fisheries and certified sustainable aquaculture farms, so you know that the fish that you're getting is happy and healthy. Because of all these amazing things, the tins tend to be on the pricier side, but it's a whole meal in one tin and you can feel good about the product that you're eating. I'm gonna be cooking from their ultimate tinned fish pack today. There are 10 different tins in there with salmon and trout and mussels and sardines, you name it. So there's something for everybody, but I'm sure that with these recipes, you'll find something that you definitely want to try because they're all really good and I came up with them. If after all this, you're convinced like I am that Fishwife is the GOAT, you can use my code BERYL10 at eatfishwife.com to get 10% off. This is an amazing gift for someone in your life who likes to cook because it's different, it's delicious, and you can share some of these recipes with them if they don't know what to cook with it. Okay, so let's get started. So we're gonna start with a mackerel sandwich. This one is super easy to make. You're just gonna take a microplane with your garlic and grate that and put lemon juice inside. This helps the garlic become less strong in flavor. You're gonna want some Greek yogurt, so it's extra thick. Add some chopped dill to it and then add that garlic and lemon juice and mix it all together with a little bit of salt. Grab a cucumber, cut it into a couple of slices. You're gonna take 2 pieces of bread. I used rye bread, spread it with that yogurt dressing, add the cucumbers, add the slow smoked mackerel, cover it with the second piece of bread, and boom, you have an amazing sandwich. Cheers. Yeah. The mackerel is super smoky and rich, and when you combine it with the creamy yogurt with the dill and the fresh garlic and lemon juice, it's this perfect combination of strong and silky and smoky and yummy. And the cucumbers add a really nice crunch, so not everything in the sandwich is just soft. I would say overall, super easy to make, super delicious, a great way to use smoked mackerel if you've never had it before. So there's of course the classic New York City bagel that has smoked salmon on it, but also smoked trout is a classic New York City bagel combination, so here's how you make it. You're gonna toast your bagel because you want your bagel to be warm. You want thin slices of tomato and thin slices of red onion. You're gonna take your now toasted bagel, spread it with some cream cheese. I used plain cream cheese. Add some capers, add the tomato, add the onion, take the smoked trout, flake it up and put it on top, and then complete the bagel with some salt and pepper, and boom, you've got a New York City classic in your home. It's a little messy. Smoked trout on a bagel is such a classic New York City combination, but I think people don't often think about it who are from out of town because like salmon gets all the accolades, but smoked trout is so good on a bagel. When you combine it with the cream cheese and the fresh tomato and the bitey onion and the salty capers, it's this combination of flavors that just stacks up, and it's honestly, it's delectable. Next up, we're gonna make a salmon and rice bowl using smoked salmon in Fly by Jing chili crisp. It's delicious. So you're gonna start with a warm bowl of rice, easy. Cut up an avocado, put the avocado on top. I like to grab some kimchi for that fermented goodness, put that on the side. You're gonna take the smoked salmon by Fishwife, just plop that in as is, cover it with a little bit of Kewpie mayonnaise for good measure, and top with some sesame seeds, and boom, you've got a lunch bowl. Yep. This is one of my favorite lunches out there. It's got great healthy fats. The kimchi is fermented, which is good for your gut. But other than that, it honestly just tastes really good. The salmon in the Fly by Jing chili crisp has a little bit of heat to it, but not too much. I wouldn't call it spicy. It's such an easy lunch to prepare, but it's really filling and fulfilling and just has like a great blend of flavors. And honestly, this smoked salmon with the Fly by Jing chili crisp is one of the best ones out there. So we're gonna make a homemade Caesar salad dressing using the Fish Wife anchovies. It's easy to buy salad dressing for sure, but it's also really easy to make it at home and it costs a quarter of the price. So to make Caesar salad dressing at home using anchovies, you're gonna take an egg yolk, put it in a blender, add 3 to 5 anchovies. I used 3 for this recipe, 2 cloves of garlic, lemon juice from 1 lemon, about a tablespoon and change of mustard, and then a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. All of that's gonna go into a blender. You're gonna blend it. Then you're gonna take 1/3 of a cup of olive oil and whisk it in. You can do that in a food processor or you can do it by hand. I did it by hand, and boom, you're done. You can season it with more salt and pepper if you need, but I didn't think that it needed any, so I just had it as is. Drizzled it over my romaine lettuce, added a couple croutons, a couple more anchovies for good measure, and you have a homemade Caesar salad that's super easy and way better than a store-bought one. The thing is, you don't have to love anchovies to like a good Caesar salad dressing made with fresh anchovies, because the anchovies just add a saltiness to everything. It doesn't taste fishy at all. When you buy a Caesar salad dressing from a store in like a bottle, it doesn't have the same real like authentic flavor as a homemade Caesar dressing does, obviously. And once you realize how easy it is to make them, I just think like making Caesar at home is definitely the way to go. And these anchovies are so good. And that's coming from someone who does not love anchovies. So we're gonna make my favorite tuna salad recipe using the albacore in spicy olive oil. This one's really simple to make. All you need to do is cut up some celery, cut up some pickled jalapeno, mix up the albacore tuna in spicy olive oil with those 2 ingredients, add a little bit of QP mayonnaise for creaminess, salt and pepper, and you're done. It's got such a great kick. I love a spicy tuna salad, and the creaminess of the mayonnaise makes everything really lush. Ooh, this one's spicy. Yeah, spicier than I was expecting. The celery and the pickled jalapeno both offer a really nice crunch. This is definitely my favorite way to make tuna salad because it has different textures and different flavors. Spicy, crunchy, soft, creamy. It's 10 out of 10. Next up, we're gonna make pasta with mussels in a basil pesto sauce. This is a great weeknight dinner to make because it is super simple to prepare. You're gonna mince 2 cloves of garlic and cut up 1 small shallot. Heat up some olive oil in a pan and you're gonna wanna saute both of them until they're soft and fragrant. If, like me, you like a little bit of heat in your dishes, I would add a little bit of chili flakes at this point. You're gonna open up your tin of mussels and basil pesto sauce, add that to the pan with the garlic and shallot, and add a little bit of chicken stock. That's gonna give you a really nice sauce for the pasta. You're gonna cook your pasta. I like fettuccine that needs 12 minutes to cook. When it's ready, you're gonna add that to your mussels, toss it all to coat, and then you're done. When you serve it, I like serving it with some toasted breadcrumbs on top, a little bit of cilantro, and some fresh lemon zest and lemon juice. It's super delicious and, as you saw, very easy to prepare. Cheers. That is so delicious. There's a slight crunch from the toasted breadcrumbs, a lemony kick from the zest and the fresh lemon juice, and mussels in the basil pesto sauce are so, so delicious. It tastes like a lot of work, but it obviously wasn't a lot of work. I love my pasta perfectly al dente, and 12 minutes with fettuccine definitely gets you there. Let's have another bite. I love mussels in a can because you get all the pleasure of eating them without any of the work of having to open them. This is definitely a people pleaser dish and one that I would highly recommend you try making at home. Yeah. This final dish is one that you might recognize from the channel. It is a sardine toast that comes from France. For this, you need a softened pat of butter that you're gonna mash up with your fork. Take your sardines and preserved lemon out of the tin and mash them up with that butter. You want it to be a bit of a paste by the end of it. You're gonna take a piece of bread, I like using rye bread, spread that paste on top, get some Comté cheese that you're gonna shred, put that shredded cheese on top, and if like me, you like a little bit of kick, add some chili flakes. That's gonna go into your toaster oven for a couple of minutes. Once the cheese is melty and the bread is toasty, you're gonna take it out, let it cool down, and nosh. Oh yeah. The sardines and the preserved lemon have such a bright and beautiful flavor, and mixed with the Comté cheese, it's got this creamy nuttiness flavor going on. The chili flakes add a little bit of bite, and the toast is super crunchy with the soft sardines on top. It's a beautiful balance of textures and flavors. With a little bit of a side salad, this is a perfect meal, or if you're just looking for a snack with a bunch of protein, this is a great one. I hope that one of these recipes has struck your fancy and you're willing to give tin fish a try if you never have. Let me know in the comments which of these sounds the best to you. Personally, I'm way behind the mackerel sandwich. It's so delicious. And don't forget that if you use my code Beryl10 at eatfishwife.com, you will get 10% off your purchase, which is just in time for the holiday season. Until next week, I'm gonna leave you with one more tin fish episode, just in case you're not convinced that you need to try tin fish. Here's another episode to give you more ideas, and I'm gonna leave you with another episode that I think that you will enjoy. I will see you all next week.